Hi, this is Nika. I am a writer who loves playing video games. This is why this is my gaming channel. I don't just play Sims, I also play video games, like Kingdom Hearts was my favorite. I'm going to probably just have the non-face cam on these for now, and then I'm going to have the face cam for the video ones because I'm not sure. I'm trying to get over my fear of being in front of the camera and fear of talking to myself while playing games. Um, and I'm working on my confidence, which is another reason I'm doing it. And I also want to work my voice acting because I want to do voice acting at some point and voice my own audiobooks. This is the palace that I'm going to start doing some speed builds that are for my stories that I write so I can get more of a visual, and it's not that easy doing it from Sims because Sims doesn't have everything I need for it, but I had to improvise some things. This is the palace um, from my this is my palace from the story that I wrote called the story that I'm writing called The Royal Vizier Diaries, which is based off of the Arabian Nights stories, which is like Aladdin and Magi and other stories of that kind of thing. And this main character is Jafar. This section I'm building right now is the section for the guard and the unpaid servants. I'd say another name, but I'm not sure if that's actually good for YouTube, so I'm not saying it. It's a very small section because obviously they wouldn't really care about the common worker people, the help. So the guard has the bigger room just because he has a higher status, obviously. And then the dining room is attached to their kitchen, which is on the bottom. Obviously, the reason why I had to improvise on some things is because I want to make this build actually like playable. So I can't exactly make everything like it would be back then because they didn't have indoor plumbing and electricity or anything like that, so I had to improvise. These are the bedrooms for the main the main 5 bedrooms, and then the quarters for the unpaid servants. This is the balcony that I created. I used a lot of visuals that I found online of different palaces out there, and this is like, I know that there's lots of plants going around, and I know there's lots of like seating space and lounges, and it's a lot, so I made it big enough, and eventually I'll probably come back and refine it more if I get more visual details and make it better, and I'll do an update. But for now, this is what I did with what I had. Was made a couple months ago, so not everything that we have now because of the new packs or whatever is here. But I'm not sure if anything from the new packs actually would fit with this. This is the Sultana's bedroom, and that is Jafar's bedroom. And this is the Royal Vizier's bedroom, and the Sultan and the Prince. I have them all similar so that they are like more symmetrical, and I have certain things in their rooms like bookcases and seats and things like that. These windows, I did the best I could since I'm using the rounded windows because that's, how Sims are with rounded windows, so I had to improvise to make it work properly with with a couple things. And this is me trying to add more things to the front to make it look better, and me working on seatings and stuff, and me trying to figure out how to do that cheat where you can make the items go up. I had to learn as I go, because I am still learning how to do this properly, and I'm trying to get out what I build, because I like to learn as I go, and I'm very tactile, so I want to show how my process is. Most of the rooms have a table with tea on it, because I drank tea a lot, as well. And yeah, so this is the courtyard I built. It was a lot, because I had to figure out exactly what goes where, how many seats everywhere, and thankfully the desert kit came out, so I was able to use that along with the other Oasis kit. I took advantage of those two for this build. The bathrooms, I decided to have them behind those screens just because of the fact that I couldn't figure out what kind of bathrooms they did. I know how it is in like Europe and England, but I'm not sure how they had that in this area of the world yet. So if I find that out, I will eventually again come back and edit and refine it better. This is mainly so I can have more of a big layout for when I'm writing, because I need a visual to write certain things, like especially settings. I am a very audio-visual person, so I need to see and listen to things. So this is why I also do look at, and this is the little lounge area that I have for the unpaid servants. And I have couches everywhere and long hallways with lots of greenery. As far as learning things for my stories, I am trying to learn, if it's based in a world like this, which is Morocco in my story it's called, I try my best to go with historical fantasy, so I look up things that are in the past and I try to go with as accurately as possible, but it is fantasy, so I do have to do a lot of things. This I built because I wanted to give them a bubble room, since they would probably have something like that. Jafar is actually the sim that I have as my tester for this build. I wanted to make sure that he could actually get in there and use the bubble machine. And I put a lot of lounges there, because they would obviously be lounging around, having fun. And then the other side I have is the main lounge, which is where they just sit around and talk and have their parties and stuff like that. This is the library, because they would have a big library. And I tried my best to do what I could. And now that I have more clutter kits, I will probably go back and do some more, because I'm trying to still get better at this decorating thing. So these are my attempts at making statues and things they would get from all around the world, because I did research that they had a lot of knowledge and they like to learn things about the world, and which is important for Jafar, because in the story he does end up meeting someone and going on adventures with a certain someone, and he needs to know all the facts, and he's the smart one, the one who knows everything, which is why he ends up being a royal vizier himself, but to a sultan king that he likes and actually cares about. This is the dining room, me trying to figure out how to set it up so it looks nice. And me putting more decorations in the library. Putting lounge area in the hallway, because I wasn't sure what to do with that space. And at this time, I actually saw that there's baths, and I didn't think about it until now. So I'm building on a bath house, I did my best with trying to make it look as similar as possible to the actual bathhouse that I saw, but it was hard to do since you can't exactly put columns in the sauna, the pool thing. So I used that, and I tried my best to do that. I may go back and add some lounge seats or something like that in there, but I'm not sure exactly what to do yet. All I could do was add some greenery as usual. And I tried to make it match, and this is the actual lounge area, putting everything in, the tables, the chairs, and this is me, and this is the roof. I wasn't sure exactly how to do it, so for now this is how it looks. I may go back and fix it later if I figure out how to do the roof tools better, and figure out how to do that. I may end up like making it a glass roof. I may work with that. This is an important thing to the story because in the very first chapter, he ends up trying to run away, and this is my way of making that, because it's very difficult to reenact him trying to get over the wall because there's no way of doing that. I tried to make a wall, but the way of escaping did not work. In the story, he escapes from the stairway with where the unpaid servants are, but in this one I decided to make it different. I may play around with actually making him escape from his bedroom window, so it's a little better because the stairway acts as something else later on, so I think it'd be better for him to actually escape from his window. This is the menagerie garden area. I still have to work on that because there's not much things I can do with animals. So the only thing I could do was really add on the little animal things that come out of the pond water and everything like that. So, and the bugs, and I think I'm not sure if there's birds or not. I think I looked for them and there wasn't any, but if there are, I'll go back and fix that. Okay, so now that I showed you this build, I am going to show you the actual ending of it. So these are 3 of the characters in the book. This is Jafar, this is Qasim, and this is Ali, quote, quote. Ali is actually a woman named Amithia. She was actually born in ancient Greece in like 3000 BC, I believe. She was born Ares' daughter, and she's special because she has to stay on Earth as an immortal in order for the Olympians to actually stay existing. That's a story for another time. I may do another build or some kind of storyline to explain the story again eventually. But this is the ending product. This is what it looks like. I actually forgot to add a bedroom for Amy because I kind of just added her, and I need to add a space for her because she technically works as the instructor for fighting for the prince. I say just the prince because, well, Jafar was originally being trained with the prince, but for some unknown reason, he was way too good. So the Sultan was like, no, you can't turn the mice on anymore. So they stopped. And in order for me to make sure it's playable, if anyone wants to play it, I added a mailbox right here. And I placed it where the park was, only because of the fact that their palace is obviously secluded from the rest of the town, so it would make more sense, and because it's the biggest slot in Oasis Springs. So this is the front part of the place. I'm not sure exactly how else to decorate it. It looks a little bare, so I will fix that when I refresh it and add a little more, and I look it up a little more. This is that bubble room, as I said before, as I showed you before. This is the dining room, and I think, oh, okay, so the walls are bare, except for that wall. Alright, I have to also refresh that as well. This is the bedroom for the main guard. I may fix this somehow so that it's shared with Amy, but I'm not sure. This is the servants. This is Kasim's parents. Why is he... Oh, right. I made him a vampire. I forgot about that. Because storyline. Okay. I have to get him in the house at some point. This is his parents' room. I may have to fix it and make it so it's bigger for him to live there and as well, so that Amy can possibly have a room here or here where to take up more space, since it would be just a little tiny place. So I may end up putting her bedroom somewhere around here, because I'm not sure. This is the prince's room. I use light blue because I feel like that would be his colors. This is the sultan's room. It has a lot of darker colors. And this is the royal vizier's room. The sultana's room. There's a big ward. I need to actually rebuild this so there's actually a bigger wardrobe. I'm not sure if I think I did have home decorator, but I didn't think to make a bigger closet, even though in the storyline, the very first chapter, Jafar sneaks out of his room, goes in here, and dresses like a woman. This is Jafar's room, which is why he's right next door to that, so it makes sense. He only dresses like a woman so we can escape and get to the town and be unrecognizable, even though he never went out of the palace. So it's a little bit like having him be like Jasmine, but not. It's a bit difficult. And there's his escape route. This is the library with all the decorations and bookcases. I may add some more things now that I have more clutter items from kits. This is the bath. This is the courtyard with all the places to sit. This is the menagerie, which I wish I could add more animals. I may try to download some CC if I can and add them there that way, so I can actually make it a menagerie. But it's important that there's crocodiles here because he has to skip over here to get past to escape. So this is everything. Yeah, and this is the lounge area. So I hope you enjoyed this. I may end up making more characters and actually try to imitate what happens in the story, but not give anything away, obviously. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. It'd be really good so I can grow my channel a little bit. Unlike my writing channel, I will be trying to update a little more consistently, either every week or every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, like my blog, my website. I hope to talk to you guys soon.